Take the exit. Turn right into the drive-thru.
Nope, I'm making dinner tonight.
You don't have time. Josh has practice.
Oh, that's right. I'll just get a salad.
And fries?
No, just the salad.
But salad cancels fries.
Salad only.
Fries.
Salad.
Fries.
Food noise isn't fair, but Mochi Health is. The affordable GLP-1 source that puts you on the road to successful weight loss.
Hey, can I get the...
Fries.
Salad. Sorry.
Learn more at joinmochi.com. Mochi members have access to licensed physicians and nutritionists. Results may vary.
It's car con carne. Let's eat in the car. It's car con carne. And now here's the star of our show, James Van Alstyne.
Well, here we are. Here it is. It's Hump Day, and I'm celebrating Wednesday like I celebrate every day these days. I'm doing it at home here in this office where I spend about 10 to 12 hours a day. It's Car Con Carne, still quarantine con carne, sponsored tonight by C&H Financial Services. Business owners are continuing to adjust and figure out just how to do things in this new normal brought on by the coronavirus. And C&H Financial Services is here to help. They offer a variety of products ranging from traditional merchant accounts to a zero-cost payment processing solution, which eliminates the expense associated with accepting Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express as a form of customer payment. C&H Financial Services eTab solutions, easy for you to set up for your business for online ordering and curbside pickup. C&H also offers cost-effective commercial lending programs, which can help get your business the money it needs to make it through these unprecedented times. To learn more, contact C&H Financial Services at 855-600-2437 or go to chfs.us. My guest tonight, it is spooky time. It is spooky season all around the world. Tim Stedman is a haunt lead at Evil Intentions in Elgin, Illinois, 900 Grace Street. The haunted house opens when, Tim?
It opens October 2nd, this after the next week.
So the first question I have to ask, as the world is still partially shut down, movie theaters aren't open, how safe is this experience?
Well, I mean, with anything with social distancing, it can be done in like a restaurant and it can be done in a movie theater. I think even more so it can be done with a haunted attraction or haunted house experience. A lot of the problems is that when you go, even when it isn't, during this unprecedented time of COVID and the pandemic, there was always that, risk of, you running into a group ahead of you, long lines. And that was always like, that was the points where people were just on top of each other together. There was no social distancing. It was all about getting as close as you could to people. Actors would be scaring each other. But this year, of course, everything had to change for things to even be allowed to open and for things to be safe for our guests and the actors working there and all the staff. So ways we're going about that is that we have face masks for everyone, staff included. If you're an actor and you get there for wardrobe, you have a mask on. Everyone is getting temperature checks, staff included, at the door before you even come in. When you sign in, when you get for pick up your ticket for call ticket, and we are doing social distancing with the line. We have marked on the ground with our own logo or stencils, as we can do, keeping everyone 6 feet apart if there is a line inside the building. And same thing with outside. We're going to encourage social distancing. Our actors will even be enforcing it this year, making sure to keep people away from each other, at least to a point. And then, of course, we'll have hand sanitizers all over the haunt. Stations outside, inside, for to clean your hands if you touch something. We're going to be disinfecting the haunt as regularly as possible. And of course, the big thing is that we're going to have online ticket ordering at eihaunt.com, where you'll be able to select the date that we're open on our calendar. You'll be able to select several different time slots. We will have to have limited ticket sales, of course, due to COVID. We're only going to allow $250 a night, average as that. And the first weekend, we will be having some sales at all that information will be listed on the eihaunt.com. But those are the ways we find that we can keep people coming in with their group by themselves. And we find that we'll probably have the most organized season.
Oh, I'm sure
that a haunt could have. The most organized season. It's almost like showing out to Broadway. You have your ticket. You have your time to come in. Instead of sitting down and enjoying a show, you're going to be, attacked. It's
just like Broadway. It's just like going to
just like Broadway.
It's like going to see an Andrew Lloyd Webber production. So I guess the final question about social distancing and all that pertains to the actors, because
Yes.
part of the experience is having the jump scares, actors like appearing out of nowhere and scaring the bejesus out of you.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is that you don't need to get close to somebody. You don't need to be in their face to get a scare, to entertain somebody. And I think that's what we've been trying to teach a lot with our training, with new actors and our old actors, including all of us and myself included, to show the art of a scare and how you don't have to be right on somebody to scare them. You don't need to be up in their face. I mean, we've had those situations. We get as close as we can to you, we won't touch you. But with this year, we're going to, within how close quarters it can be inside, we're going to try to at least keep a 3-foot minimum. And all of our actors are also going to be having masks on. Even actors that usually just do airbrush, a lot of makeup, VFX, they're all going to be having masks on. They're all going to be sanitized every night. And just trying to keep people safe in that sense inside the haunt. And any areas that people have to touch, we try to minimize a lot of areas where there's a lot of high traffic with hands touching, and the ways that you can't really avoid it, like hand railing, for because we're a multi-level haunt, we're going to be sanitizing that. And as far as like keeping a scare going with the distance, I mean, that's a tricky thing, but it can be done just by acting, by showing a scene that just creeps people out. Showing something, you walk through and you have this image in your head, and you think about it all the way home, and you think about it till the next year you come back and you go, what am I going to see this time? Those are the things I kind of almost appreciate more than haunt, because I think a lot of haunts you go to that can be like a Jack in the Box scenario where the actor comes out, retracts, goes back to their spot and resets. I think I'm a very big proponent of keeping the scene moving and moving with the people, getting them through and giving them entertainment until they're gone, and then it's another group coming through. So, I mean, those are the ways we can do it.
We were talking about this before we went live on Facebook today. Mm-hmm. I love the really good haunted houses, Evil Intentions included, are really, everything is just so thoughtfully created. And it's so experiential. It's less about, like you said, the Jack in the Box. It's more about that lasting impression, the stuff you talk about all the way home.
Yes.
Like you and your friends, whoever you go with, it's the stuff that, oh my God, can you believe they did that? Or how did they do that? Yeah.
Why did he eat that? Why did he put it in his mouth?
Right.
That's a lot of things you hear. We everyone there. I mean, I joined in 2019, in September 2019.
Well, welcome.
It was like their last, it was their like last actor call, I think. And I said, hey, you know what? I went to it the previous year. It was the best haunted house I ever went to. I said, I want to be a part of this. I want to go as an actor. And of course, those guys year round, every year for over 10 years now. Tyler Fermanagh and Mike Fitzpatrick, the owner. Tyler's our operations manager. He is a whiz kid. He designs the most amazing sets I've ever seen. The thought and process and detail we can go into it. Some haunts can be like a Hollywood, go Halloween Horror Nights and like Universal Studios kind of detail that lots of money into it. Yeah. But there's a certain like niche that I think an aesthetic that Evil Intentions has, and Tyler was a really big proponent of that and a lot of the ideas. We have amazing artists on staff, and of course Fitzpatrick, the founder and owner. Probably one of the best people I've ever worked with, and probably runs one of the best haunts in Illinois, in the country, honestly. And I mean, even for when I started to just, they found out that I knew a little bit more than just, I can be a scary actor. I got to talking with Tyler, operations manager, and that I had a musical background. And it kind of went on from there. And he's like, hey, why don't you make something? I think in December is when I started making the first track for the soundtrack. And Mike Fitzpatrick and Tyler and I was like, hey, what other haunt has an original soundtrack? And we said, that would be so cool. Because what I noticed is a lot of haunts you go to is either like Power Man 5000, Rob Zombie, it's really fun outside in the line. But when I'm in the attraction, I want to feel like I'm in a horror film.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I want to feel like I'm in a video game. I want to feel scared. So I wanted to try to, of course, I've never done a horror soundtrack before. I've always, dabbled in teaching myself for a long time. I had a long history in audiovisual and, of course, in bands and playing in bands. I think you've interviewed a few people I've played with.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah. And that's the whole thing, is that I was like, you know what? I love horror so much in the genre that it has. I think I could do it. So I think in December, that's when I made the first track. I sent it over to the rest of the staff, and then I just went off from there. And now 2020, I'm the haunt lead. I'm part of the, as a haunt lead, for many people that don't know, it means I'm a part of the build crew, of course, doing the soundtrack. I'm also the in-house audio designer, composer, engineer, and then a part of the build crew, working with everyone. We have such an amazing team, from front of house to the line control, to the actors, to the builders, and to the designers and the artists. I just kind of got swept into this world, and it's become my life now. And I'm very happy. I feel very fortunate that I found such a niche, and making the soundtrack was just, at times I was like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But then the more I experimented and the more I did things, the more it really came out and became something.
What I want to try to do right now, and I've experimented with this to some success. I want to try and play the video trailer for this year's haunted house. I'm going to do a little screen share here. We'll see if that works. Can you see it?
I think it is started screen sharing, and I see it.
Welcome to the Elgin Casket Company.
You're told.
Casket Company. Welcome to the Elgin Casket Company. Your tour will begin.
I don't know how good the quality.
Salvation. Good luck finding it.
Yeah.
Oh man, that looks great.
Yeah, it was really fun shooting that, and the same thing is that track. I had a few songs in mind to do for the trailers, and a lot of haunts will use just like free, royalty free trailer music type of sounds. And I did try to do something like a horror film type of trailer music, but then I made this one particular song that I really wanted to make an homage to the aesthetic of the haunt. A lot of the haunt kind of is very much inspired, or at least for the soundtrack of mine, I love horror video games. And one of my favorite horror video games in the genre is Outlast. If you've never heard of it, Outlast 1 and 2, an amazing soundtrack. And I really liked the rustic and the very like witchy vibe to it, but it was also industrial in a way with lots of clanking and sounds. And I was like, that's good, because it's not just like generic horror of a theremin waving in the distance and, the creepiness, but I wanted to do something that was high in adrenaline, to not only put our guests at edge, but also to give our actors a lot of energy, and fuel to use. And one of the songs I made was called A Bloody Machine. It's going to be on this original soundtrack we will be selling at the haunt. And it was originally, it's a much longer song because it's a part of like the interior of the haunt. It goes on for a little bit. So I ended up having to make an entirely different edit for that, just because we liked it so much. We wanted to make a trailer edit cut. So I went back and spiced it up, gave the editor some editing candy. But that's kind of things that we can do. Yeah, but.
So you're going to sell the soundtrack at the haunt?
Yes. We're going to be selling the soundtrack. Yeah, the CDs have been made. The CDs right now, I'm still packaging right now, but the CDs are also going to have a digital download code.
Cool.
So even if you get the CD, I mean, I like collecting CDs. Most of all the albums I own personally are soundtracks. But each CD, I'm going to be giving out a one-time code to download a lossless wave or FLAC or whatever you want of the album.
So let's talk a little bit about the location for Evil Intentions. Is this isn't legit? The Elgin Casket Company. That is legit. It was legitimately an Elgin Casket Company. Stop it. It was a casket. This is like a comic book. You know how like the Joker like has a warehouse that's like an abandoned playing card warehouse. This is almost too perfect. Yeah, that's what I thought. I kind of, when I first went there, I was like, no way could this actually be a casket factory. But
It was. It's very dirty in there. I mean, it's very old in the sense is it has so much history in the building. I mean, we clean it, but it's an old, grimy, scary, creepy place. And there's a lot of history in it. I mean, I think even John F. Kennedy's casket was made at that very plant. So there's a lot of history there. A lot of people say it's haunted. A lot of people, very much so certainly say it's haunted. The time I've been there, a lot of creepy stuff has happened. I have to say, I'm a bit of a skeptic, but I find days I'm running out of rooms going up. Forget that. Really? Yeah, it's creepy in there.
Because I'm right there with you. I'm 100% not even skeptic, like non-believer. So
yeah, it's creepy. Like there's just unexplained things that happen in there. You kind of go like, oh, it's just an old building, but there's things like making me go like, the hell?
Sounds like a great place to work.
Yeah, and we do also have ghost tours off season.
Nice.
Where we allow people to come in and maybe contact something, find something, witness something. We do offer ghost tours on our website as well and on Facebook. But the place is just it has so much like natural ambiance to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's what sets the place apart from a lot of haunts. I mean, I love a lot of haunts, and they can have amazing detail and amazing acting. But I think a lot of haunts go a little too funny. Mm-hmm. I think funny is good, but sometimes they go a little too funny. But Evil Intentions is way more about just really like zoning in.
It's what we were saying earlier. It's the experiential thing.
The experience, yes, absolutely.
You have to really be immersed in what this is. You want to live this experience.
Yes, you want to live it. You want to take it home with you. And that's the other nice thing is that you can take the haunt home with you. You get the soundtrack. You can play it at your home haunt setup.
That's actually a great idea.
I know. I would. I mean, that was kind of cool because I know, I think that's the thing I discovered is when I started working in the haunt industry, there's so many people that are home haunter enthusiasts to the point where they have like Facebook groups and support groups and places where they say, hey, the skeletons are out of stock at this Home Depot, but they're in stock here. You can go get them now and go get these 12-foot skeletons. It's like they're all about it. And I mean, like in my family, I've always been about setting up, graveyard displays in the backyard, hanging ghosts out of trees. Uh-huh. I mean, Halloween's my favorite time of year. It always has been.
Sure.
But I used to be terrified of haunted houses. I wouldn't go in them. I was afraid of them. I remember my family taking me to Fright Fest, Six Flags Fright Fest, and he used to scare the living Christ out of me. I would hate it. I would absolutely hate it. I would want to go home, but then I'd get home and go, wow, that was so much fun. So
it's all about who you go with, and like being able to laugh at yourself, at how you're reacting, and just appreciate just the care that goes into creating this world.
Absolutely. And I mean, I think that's the nice thing is that the year prior to when I joined in 2019, it was their last season in the older side of the casket factory. It was an older side of the building. It was really starting to deteriorate. That was the year I first went through it. And it was an amazing build. And but it was just an old building. It was falling apart. They had to get out of it. So within in a very short amount of time, they had to move the entire haunt, tear it all down, move it to the new side of the building, rebuild it and add more and make a whole new show in like half a year. And that's the year I joined. And
do all this under a pandemic.
This year especially, that was the previous year of 2019. Now 20, we say, okay, now this year we can thicken the haunt out, add more stuff, add more rooms, just make it even better. And then, of course, COVID hit. It became a very uncertain time. I mean, even with my soundtrack I was working on, I was like, should I stop? Are we going to open?
Am I just spinning my wheels here? Is this?
I don't want to rush to master this and finish it and make these CDs. If, I could make the album even better, if the bill could be even better, the money that can go into it that we're not going to see back, the stress I've seen it put everyone I've worked with under. It was really hard, and we're very hoping that the season goes really well. I think it will. People are starving. Yeah, you said it. People are starving for entertainment, the feeling that they are alive, and nothing makes you feel more alive than having the shit scared out of you. I think that's the thing. It's like, I mean, we of course are going to absolutely insist on people's like following and adhering to rules.
Oh yeah.
For COVID safety, for COVID safety measures. But I mean, come on, it's October. It can be done safely. We can scare you safely. So let's do it.
That's the bottom line. And it was really important for me, or to me, to start the interview by asking the safety questions.
Absolutely.
That is everyone's biggest concern. And we all, as desperately excited as we are to go to a haunt, we want to make sure that we're doing the right thing. And it sounds like you've really put a lot of time and thoughtfulness into how to execute this. And I use words like execute just because it's a haunted house.
Oh yeah, of course. There is an executioner there. So
of course there is. So there's got to be an age limit on this, right?
With parental supervision. I mean, I personally as an actor, this is a funny little story, but when kids would see me in the haunt and they were with their family or their parents, they would, of course they would start crying, wouldn't want to move. I'd feel horrible.
Yeah.
Part of me wouldn't though. Part of me wouldn't, but part of me did. And I was, trying to do anything to cheer these kids up and get them to go. And I was ripping pages out of a book, well, actually a Bible. And I was giving these kids pages of Bibles, and I was telling them to take them somewhere in the haunt. And I was trying to make them feel better. And I think that was like the funniest experience of the first time as acting. I was like, giving a little page of a Bible. I was like, here, take this. And the parents going like, oh, wow, you get to keep that. Oh, take it with you. And yeah, it was like, that was one of the funnier things. But yeah, we have pretty young people come through. We have, a lot of high school kids, teenagers. They want to, the boyfriends want to show how brave they are, but they end up using their girlfriends as a human shield. You see it all. Always.
That has happened since the dawn of time.
Yeah, use your girlfriend as a shield. Very macabre, but it's.
I know
see it all.
The way a haunted house like Evil Intentions works, you have to keep everything close to the vest. You want everything that happens to be a surprise. We saw the trailer. Is there anything you can tell us about the experience? You said it's multi-level.
It's going to be dark.
Huh, okay.
It will be dark. There will be dark areas. There will be a lot of vistas, a lot of great sights. You're going to see stuff just by the sets alone, and you're going to you'll remember them. I think all of us, the team has done an amazing job. They have all done an amazing job this season over the summer in the heat, working and trying to make this place just come alive again. And for each season, it's such excitement seeing everything just get further and further along in the build. Yeah. But yeah, we're the best thing I can say is to come and see it yourself.
That's it. You're a salesman. All right. So, and this has a soundtrack, or really more appropriately, it's a score.
Yeah, it is more or less a score. There is strings, and I pretty much composed a lot of the songs. I did a lot of violin, piano, in any ways that I could, even if it was just DAW VSTs for violins. I had to simulate full orchestras and a lot of time and get that sound, that full bodied sound. I did have some older recordings of just string pulls a friend of mine did for me in open rooms, and I just had to work off of those and duplicate the audio over and over and over and over and over, and take parts of the treb, parts of the low, and try to make it sound bigger than it is. And I think that was the funniest thing in the soundtrack. I had to do a song where we had like a chant, a Latin chant, and I had to try to make it sound like a choir was singing it. But during I was like, oh, I'll get some people together and I'll record it. Set up a couple AT 2020s. That's it. In a big empty room. We'll be fine. And then as COVID hit, I was like, I don't want to get that many people together. Right. I don't want to be responsible for that. I'll just do it myself. So I stood in my shower. I put a microphone in different rooms. I recorded some of it outside. I layered it. I tried to make it seem as big as possible. And I ended up making like a choir with just my own voice. That's awesome. I taught myself how to Mongolian throat sing just a little bit for one of the tracks. It destroyed my voice. I just could only do like 2 notes, and I just got a good recording of it in my shower. And I put that in one of the songs for the it's called The Black Church, and the album, and the choir song is called Mala Volatate.
This is my day to talk about Mongolian throat singing. I was just talking about the Who before we.
Oh, I love the Who. I
love the Who.
I love the Who. I love Mongolian like biker metal.
I posted this on social media earlier. The Garrig from the Who came out last year. I still listen to it. I go on daily walks, and more often than not, I end up defaulting to one or two songs off of that album.
It's almost like the most rustic, worldsy blues you can listen to.
Yes,
in a way, like just heavy and exotic at the same time, but also very like you're at a biker bar.
Last time I saw them was last Halloween. They played Halloween at House of Vans.
Oh, geez, I don't know. I would have loved to see them. I have a very, people say I have a very odd taste in music. I like to listen to everything, but yeah, I thought I didn't want to go full Mongolian. I just wanted some low chant mantra throat singing because there was one particular game soundtrack that was a huge inspiration to me, just in like horror and in the genre itself. Besides Outlast, was the soundtrack for the game Siren. It was a Japanese survival horror game. There's several of them, but Siren had a very interesting take on their soundtrack. Is that they used old classic Japanese instruments, old classic Shinto shrine, bells, instruments, an old siren. This was even predating the game Silent Hill, where they had a creepy siren going off. They had this creepiness, but it was also very like religious in the Shintoism and Japanese culture. And I was like, that's so cool. Sorry, my phone's ringing. If anything, I could say that maybe like when I heard that, I could develop that into a somehow mixing like faith, but not exactly Western faith, but trying to make it attach itself to like, this is a new brand of faith, but they also use throat singing in a Western setting. So that's what I tried to do with the Black Church track. So you'll be able to hear that while you actually walk through the Black Church inside the haunt.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's a very heavy, really down low, and just I had a lot of fun making it. It's probably one of my favorite. It's one of the simplest songs I made, but it's my favorite song, I think.
Well, now I know I'll be listening for that if I can focus enough. And what's going on around me. I think the scariest thing we experienced tonight is, do you have a landline phone?
Yeah, I do. We usually have it unplugged, but for some reason, someone has plugged it back in. So now it is ringing constantly with people from Budapest telling me that my iCloud has been hacked. So I've been hearing it all. Yeah.
Well, I turned my phone off, so they're calling you.
Exactly.
All right. So again, Evil Intentions, 900 Grace Street, Elgin. It opens again. Which date?
On October 2nd.
And you're going to want to get tickets online, get reservations.
Yeah. Even if you get there. Yeah. Sorry. Even if you get there, you can still on your phone, select the time frame. We encourage you, if you do get there, to wait in your car.
Yeah.
Go out to a restaurant, go to a bar, social distance at a Chili's. Then come to the haunt, or you can wait on the in the parking lot until it's your time slot to come in. But it's all listed on the website. Please continue. I'm sorry.
I know Chili's does have the bottomless tortilla chips, which
exactly.
It's delightful. All right. So Evil Intentions, the website again, Tim Stedman.
EIHaunt.com. And all of our information is listed there. Our COVID safety information, all our information of where to purchase our tickets, our scheduling, and everything you want to know, including a little history about the building. And you can also find us on Facebook.
Of course. Obvi.
Evil Intentions.
Yes. All right. I'm going to stop the Facebook Live. Thank you, everybody, for watching this live in the moment. That right there, that is Tim Stedman. He is from Evil Intentions. Go see him and all the other ghouls, miscreants, and creatures there.